This one you can do freehand because the bolt will keep the screw, will keep it in place. There we go. So that takes care of this. Now we will need polycap letter F. Facing like this. Then we close it. We have this part here which represents the thrusters. And then we have this part that goes over here. Now I know someone's probably yelling me, telling me, why don't you put the clear part on? We'll put the clear part later on. I'll definitely cover those parts. So the shoulder's done. Now I need him. You got two of these little. First of all, make sure that this part is in this position, like so. And as you can see, it's a little uneven. You got one part sticking down, one part sticking up here, and you would want to stick. And it falls to the ground. There, I got it. All right, so. Oh, by the way, in what orientation, you know, because obviously people say, well, are you referring to it like this or like that? You see this notch here where you see it's circled but it has 4 notches on top in each corner? The bottom part barely has that, and that's in reference to, this is part of the wrist guard. So I'm going to put this part here, and it should look like this. Then carefully put this blue trim part here, followed by the yellow claw, which reminds me of the yellow claw from the Wing Gundam EW kit. I was about to say Death Sight, but move it about, make sure it slides in perfectly, close it in. This part is done. Then going back to him, like this, in this position, you take this part and this covers up the screw connection, so that's a cool feature right there. And then in this position, take this part, slide in like that, take this guy, slide this in here. Then these two parts here, I'm going to put this one up here like this. And by the way, you'll see this little notch here. Come on, show it. Once you put it in, it aligns up with this, and then all you need to do is feel it out. Once it goes in through, turn it. It kind of like locks it into place. Yeah, like that. There we go. Whoops. It came out, so we want to put it in like so. And then we slide this part up there. We slide this part down there. That completes the arm. And interestingly enough, this kit comes with not plastic parts for the hands, rubber. First time I've ever seen something like this in a long time. However, somebody may comment telling me that no, it's been done before on another kit. Probably, most likely, what do you call that? Master Gundam. But I kind of like the rubber hands. It's kind of cool. So both arms are done for the G Gundam. Let's move on to the next part. So the next part we're going to work on is the legs of the G Gundam. And I'm going to tell you something. This is one of the most complex legs I have ever seen in a Master Grade kit in a fairly long time. More complex than I remembered when I made the legs for the Gundam, the original 1.5 version of the Gundam RX-78-2, and I think even complex than, what was that other kit that really got me one time? GM Command, or yeah, that was the GM Command version. But let me separate these parts so you can understand. First, there's a little bit of preparing here and there, in which case you will need the parts that represent the hydraulics. So with this part like that going down, and then with the shaved part smooth out like that going through here, if you can. It's a bit tough, so you may have to apply a little pressure. Be very careful. And you can pretty much, I'm going to say something here. I've discovered a lot of kind of close calls, and you're going to get to points where you may end up making a mistake. Like right now, me dropping it apart. I hate when that happens. Here it is. Let me see. So that hydraulic goes like that. Shit. And then this one goes over here. Alright. So, keep these to the side. First, we'll take this and this. And then, I think I pulled one of the parts here. Here it is. Now, this polycap here, which is, of course, the connection to the joint, will go here. It could be a tight snug, so be very careful. So, you keep that here. And then we will need this. And you take the upper hydraulic, the fat hydraulic, put it here. It may feel like it doesn't go in properly. Just hold it down with your finger if you can. If not, just keep it there for a moment. I'm going to put this part here first so it looks like that. See? And then you get this part and you cover it up like so. So that covers this part up to a certain point, to a degree. The bottom part, this, I'll need these two and this one. There we go. Now before you put these two parts in the bottom together, you want to take this one right here, which has this, you can tell by the hydraulic, this little cable here type thing, or hydraulic type thing. And with this part in this position, you want to slide it in like that, so it looks like that. Then put it in like this, in this part here. Oops, put this to the side. Now, before you take this and put it here, this, no, not this one. Oh, yeah, this one. This part is very, very important and very, very delicate. The reason I'm saying this is because I made a mistake. Make sure it goes in like that. You may end up thinking that it may have to go like this. Whatever you do, don't do that. It has to be... Where are you? Oh, wait. It has to be like this, and there's a reason why. And then before you close this up, you get the next hydraulic part, put it in here, and then close it up. You may have to finagle this part a bit. Maybe try to wedge it in a certain degree. Maybe hold it on like that. And then put these two parts together. There we go. Now, we gotta get the screws. You need this one and this one. This can be a bit tricky, so take your time. Take your time on this. And by the way, before you put these two on, review the parts. Make sure they are all into place. They're what is required to be put in here. I have made a few mistakes where I had to unscrew this. Now that I made sure that I covered all aspects of this, I'll give it a couple of turns here just so it can go in. Whee. It almost went through. I'm not feeling it. Let me put something of a support. And I'm sorry if the light doesn't catch in pretty well. Here we go. Yeah. I have another one. Actually, you know what? Let me use this one. This one's a little bit better. Make sure you screw this down all the way in because certain parts will have to fall into place. And it is tight. I'm already starting to feel the calluses in my fingers. Alright, they're kind of flush, but this one's not all the way in properly. Let me just see if I can close it in pretty well. And then give it a little bit more torque. Somebody sent me an email asking me, don't I strip the head off the screws? And you know what? It tends to happen, but apply pressure. Make sure you're in a good position, comfortable position before you do anything. Alright, so that one's in. Bit of a chore, but that's in. Alright, so this part is done. The next part, give me a second while I change the page, are these. In which case, this one goes over here. You have to do a little bending here so that way you can get the holes of the hydraulics into place like that. And then close it up with the other part. Ooh, I forgot to shave this off. Where's my blade? I really like how the arms came out with this, and so far the legs are pretty good. A lot of work you got to put into this. Someone mentioned maybe they should make a 2.0 version of this kit. I beg to differ. I think this kit is perfect for what it is right now.